And once you do that, you're gonna learn a lot about the local culture. You have to remember that you are the foreigner. Welcome to another episode of Workplace Best Practices Working Abroad, Part 2. If you missed Part 1, it was all about making decisions, preparation and arrival. So let's continue with the second part. And the most important thing, if you go to a country, is that you adapt. So the keyword is here, adaptation. You have to remember that you are the foreigner. That means that you are going towards a country where maybe there's a complete different cultural environment. So you need to adapt into that environment. You cannot expect that the leadership skills that you learned, the whole methodology, that you just can take that and implement that one-to-one into another country. You have to make sure that the words you're saying, that your team is not just hearing the words, but that they also understand the words and that they know exactly what you mean with it and what do you want from them, how to implement this. And also the opposite. The words that they are saying, you need to understand between the lines. You need to understand what they really want to say. So how is the best way to adapt as fast as possible? Two things, from my opinion, you need to do. First one is going into local communities. Local communities, I mean with that, communities which are there for expats, for country where you're coming from. Like in Germany, I was in the Belgium community, as well as in Jakarta, as well in Austria. Why is this very important? Because in those communities, you meet with other persons of your own country. You understand each other because you have a similar behavior pattern. And that means that the things that you don't understand very well from how persons are behaving in the country where you're living, you can ask them how this can be translated in something that you understand. So they can help you actually, so that you better and much faster understand those persons from that country. But they even go further. Of course, they can help you with all kind of administrative things, with explaining you where you can find this and that and that. So they also can open doors to you that you can find the things that you want to have within that country. Now there is one downside of it, what I have seen that quite a lot of delegates are doing, and that is that they are hanging a bit too much in this community. Because you can, if you want, directly go to that country, be in this community. At the less time that you have in the evening, in the free time, you spend time with them, going to the restaurants and rooftop bars and so on. But that meaning that there is one important part that you're missing if you do that, and if you only do that. That is that you're actually not coming in contact with locals outside of your working time. And this is the second most important thing that you need to do. Besides of building up the communities with the expats and with those from your own country, which actually also helps you, of course, on a business-wise, because most probably if you meet with other expats, most probably they also have management functions. That means that they also are responsible, maybe for our C-levels, maybe vice presidents and so on. And that means that with those companies, you can have, of course, much faster relationship with, you can have much faster business partners, clients or suppliers. But again, this is not the only thing. If you really want to adapt and have a very fast adaptation, the most important thing is that you also build up community with the persons who are living in that country. That means that you actually are speaking a lot with persons around you, with your driver if you have one, with your mates, but also building up friends with your locals. Because from them, of course, it will be much faster that you can adapt and that you can understand what they want to say. And it even goes further. It's not only going to the food courts, it's not only learning the language. It's also if you go on holiday. Maybe you don't go on a location which is very touristic. Maybe you can go to a location where there are no tourists at all. So again, you're surrounded by only locals. And once you do that, you're gonna learn a lot about the local culture. And you're gonna understand much more how they actually act and how you can implement that in your strategies. So if you have the opportunity, go to a wedding. go to a funeral. Everything which you can learn, talk about religion, about sports, about culture, politics, about normal life situations. And this will help you for building up actually your skills and be much more open. And this is actually also the most important and the beautiful thing of going towards another country. It's actually leaving behind all your belief systems and building up new belief systems. You will notice that everything that you have learned concerning what is polite, what is unpolite, what is reality, what is right, what is wrong, in those countries can be completely different. And it's about adapting the whole time. Like you see me here, I'm wearing a batik shirt. Of course I could say as a German or as a Belgian person, I'm gonna still wear some suits and have a tie. But it's about being open and asking from, okay, how otherwise you can be clothed. Yeah? And then, by wearing a batik, you start to understand that this actually has a lot of advantages. A batik shirt, for instance, you never, by wearing it, you never can be underdressed or overdressed. It doesn't matter if you go on a normal working day, if you have a business meeting, if you have a gala dinner, or if you're on a wedding. You always can wear a silk batik. And if you do that, you will also notice that in the meetings you're going, that they're not going to see you anymore as a complete foreigner. Because they're going to understand from, okay, if you dress like this, that means that he's living already longer time in this country. And in addition, if you can speak some words of that language, then of course they're going to respect you differently. And they know that actually you're quite on the same level. Instead of you being a bully, you being a foreigner, and they are locals. So by adapting on all those phases, it will be much easier for you to understand your team, and also if you have some implementation strategies, that they understand you. So that's the main message of today. It's about acceptance that you are a foreigner, and you will also see in the government that they're going to treat you as a foreigner. Each year you need to have a new working permit and so on, till maybe at a certain time you want to be local, but before that you are a foreigner. Secondly, it's about building up a community with expats and with those from your original country. And most important is build up friends, build up community with the locals. And if you do that, you're going to adapt very fast. You're going to learn a lot of things. Your belief system is going to grow enormously. And you will be much more richer in mind, richer in knowledge, richer in skills, in leadership, for actually acting and behaving as a leader. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have questions, comments, let me know. Or if you want to tell me the next topic, let me know as well. There will be a third part of working abroad, where I'm talking about coming back, which is also a very important topic. So, thanks for watching again, and see you soon. Bye bye.